This might be the best French onion soup recipe in the world. And the secret to it might surprise you. French onion soup is not all about the onion. It's actually mainly about the stock. And it starts here with bones. This is an optional step. So these are butcher's bones that I've got. If you go to any butcher and say, can I just get some chopped bones with a bit of marrow in them? They will normally have them. This is chicken carcass, so you could just get some chicken wings. You can get multiple depths of flavour even before you've started caramelising those onions, and that happens with the stock. So I'm just seasoning these bones now. Rub them all over, and then these are going to get roasted at 180 degrees, about 35 minutes, so they're nice and blonde, not too intense. This was often eaten by market traders. Like all good food, it's a simple dish that's made from simple produce. So what I've also got, what I'm going to start my stock in, is this trim. So this is, I just asked for my butcher for any beef trim. I mean, this is a blooming piece of aged ribeye, so this is obviously going to be absolutely delicious. If you don't have any of that, then just get a nice cheap pack of stewing steak and sacrifice it for the greater good. Roasted beef trim to the stock gives a whole different dimension to those bones. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use the beef stock that you would get from a supermarket as well, but just as a base. And I'm increasing the flavour of this beef stock. Ideally, what you're getting when you're eating this, this incredibly rich French onion soup is these layers of different sort of collagen, and you get this beautiful mouthfeel. This process of making your own stock is going to add about an hour and a half. Again, optional, but this is a recipe for the greatest French onion soup of all time. So I'd be remiss not to give you this secret. The fat from that beef will start to render out, and then we want to get this nice and dark. This is going to be the basis for our French onion soup. Pretty much golden brown, but there's still a few little patches that haven't got that much colour, so we're just continuously working it while scraping the bottom of the pan. Inside the actual French onion soup, it's basically just onions and a little bit of garlic and thyme. So what we want to think about doing now is layering flavours as much as possible into this stock. So yes, a bit of onion, but there's going to be more onion later. Then I've got a couple of carrots. Again, just really roughly, I'm going to chop these up. They're going to add a nice amount of sweetness to the stock. Roughly chop up some celery as well. So this is really now starting to get a really rich, intense smell. Add in a touch of wine. It's going to give a little bit of sweetness to the whole thing. Just deglaze the bottom of that pan. Always looking for a beautiful, clean base to the pan. We've reduced that wine right down. Our vegetables are nice and soft. Now what we're going to do is take our bones out. They've had about 45 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off. This is now rendered aged beef fat. What you really want with this French onion soup is a beautifully clear stock. So taking away that fat will really, really help. Now I'm just going to add in our bones, and those bones have released all their marrow, but you can still see you've got some beautiful rendered bone marrow. That's just this stuff is the liquid gold in a stock. Beef stock, now this is probably just the same consistency as what you would buy from the supermarket, so it's quite thin. And then I'm going to add as well, because we don't want it to be almost too beefy, nice light chicken stock as well. And then I'm just going to bring the whole thing up, and then that's going to simmer for about an hour and a half. As this stock just comes up, I'm just going to take off the first little raft of impurities, and then I'm just going to add in a few aromats, which will just really give a nice base flavour to our onion soup. Whilst we get this stock simmering, we can also start on our onions. Starting in a nice heavy bottom pan, I've got that beef fat, and this is going to be the basis for our caramelized onions. So these are Spanish onions, so they have a much lighter, more delicate flavour. And these are French onions, so these are actually Roscoff onions. Slightly more expensive, but incredibly sweet. To be quite honest, you can use any onion. They're going to be so caramelized. They're going to be sweet anyway. Use your knife to follow the shape of the onion all the way around. So you can see there's a natural line there, natural line there, natural line there. And you're just mimicking that with your knife. And you get these really nice, beautiful shapes. One of my absolute hatreds is when a chef chops an onion the wrong way. Some thugs will take their onion and chop it this way. Oh no, there's nothing natural about that. Actually makes me cry. When nature's given you the blueprint, all you need to do is follow it. Wow, that was profound, wasn't it? They will take hour 10, hour 20 to get really beautiful and golden. Part of the reason this is going to take so long is just because of the volume in the pan. Basically, the rule of thumb is it should feel like a disgraceful amount of onions. This stage, I'm actually going to salt them, which is just going to speed things up slightly because it'll extract the moisture out of the onions a little bit quicker. Turn the pan right down to the lowest setting it can go, and I'm going to put the lid on. First level is extracting water, the second stage is evaporation, and then the third stage is caramelization. This is one of the best, most beautiful sounds in French cooking. Can you hear that? Get in there, chef. God, that sounded good. Lid goes back on. 25 minutes. As you can see, all of that liquid has been released out of our onions. All we need to do at this point is basically stir them and make sure that they're not catching. Still got all that beef fat in there, which is giving it really beautiful richness. Our stock now has been on total for about an hour. It only really needs another 20 minutes of just sitting there. Very intense, really, really beautiful actually. You get so many different flavors of rosemary, thyme. So the sweetness from these onions and the intensity of that homemade stock is going to make the ultimate French onion soup. This has now been about an hour and 10 minutes. There's no loose water left in there. I can tell that by, if I part the onions, no water joins the bottom of the pan. Now what will happen is the fat that we originally started cooking will start frying. So that light bubble that we had earlier has now been transformed and the sound is very different. It's up to you at this stage how far you want to take your onions. We're going to fry them for a little bit until they caramelize, but we're not going to take it too far. Otherwise it'll get quite intense. I prefer this like awesome sweet onion flavors. You put so much work into it, just keep your eye on it. If you just forget about these for 3 or 4 minutes, they'll burn and then you'll have basically ruined all of that hard work. Beautiful rich stock. Been cooking so delicately, you can see it's really nice and clear. Got really beautiful rich aromas coming out of there. A beurre manier is just a traditional way of thickening up a sauce, and it's equal parts butter and flour. Beurre manier, I always think, adds richness whilst thickening. So it's almost like just the reverse of a roux until I've got a really nice, smooth, rough, shaggy beurre manier. This would take a long time to dissolve. So I'm just putting it in before I've added the stock to the pan. There's no heat on there, but I'm just waiting until that beurre manier has completely melted. And then that's gonna add a nice bit of richness, but also a nice bit of body to the sauce. Because French onion soup can be a little bit, for want of a better word, pissy. Thickening up almost like you would do a roux. It's very similar. So just slowly adding in my stock. Just want to make sure that I don't overcommit because I really don't want to boil it too much at this stage. All right, well that's looking pretty much how we want it to look now. Oh, so good. Last thing I'm going to do is just going to bring this to the boil once. It's got a little bit of flour in there, so you just want to cook that off lightly. Liam Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. Just gives it a really nice, you could add some like a nice vinegar at this stage, but I find that this just really complements everything. It's got like sweetness, the anchovy, it's delicious. Maybe the French will be kicking off about that. Those crafty Frenchmen, they know how to elevate things. So I have a little French baguette, and this would be perfect to use day-old bread or something like that. I'm just gonna cut a round that fits perfectly inside my bowl. And then we're just gonna ladle in our French onion soup, and it should be this like beautiful sort of sheeny consistency. Like it's got a little bit of texture to it. This is really good quality Comté cheese. Bit of bread, and that goes on top. And then this goes under our grill. Oh my God, that looks so fucking good. Jeez. Oh, it smells ridiculous as well. Okay, so we're just finishing this with a really decadent amount of chives. Right, we need to get one of my top chefs in to taste this soup, to verify it. AJ!
Chef, how you doing, you right?
That was really good.
That's really good, yeah.
AJ worked with us for 3.5 years now, works at Le Manoir, but he's coming back. Right, so you're working with legendary chef
RB.
Raymond Blanc.
Champion.
I'm sure that guy knows his way around a French onion soup.
He does. In fact, just come back on the menu.
Really?
Genuinely, yeah. Our new appetizer is the French onion.
Shit, so we're gonna see if this is better than a 2 Michelin star.
That's banging.
The secret to this one is it's all in the stock and the sauce.
The thing is, it tastes super tasty, and I can taste like a very deep beef flavour.
Yeah.
Are there beef bones in there? Mm. Really? Ah.
Beef bones, beef marrow. But the secret, people always focus on the caramelization of the onions. The secret is the actual beef stock.
I get the sweetness from the onions, but I'm really, the flavour's coming from that beef.
Yeah.
That's a banger.
It is actually one of the simplest but most decadent dishes in the French culinary world. So good.
Delicious.
Raymond would be proud.
Chef.